Last Resort. Written by Anthony M. Strong. Narrated by Jet Malakai. Prologue. The Bahamas. September, 1912. Celine Lydia Rothman, one of the wealthiest women in the world, walked through the packed ballroom of the Grand Fairmont Hotel as if she owned it. And in a way, she did. At least, since she'd married Howard Rothman III, heir to the Rothman merchant shipping fortune, at a beachfront ceremony earlier that day on the tropical island paradise of Singer Cay in the Bahamas. It was evening now, and a storm was rolling in. She could hear the distant rumble of thunder even over the ragtime stylings of Irving Berlin being played by the orchestra her husband had shipped in specifically for the wedding. Howard Rothman himself had given her one dance shortly after they arrived in the ballroom, then left Celine to her own devices and surrounded himself with a cadre of wealthy investment bankers, railroad tycoons, and Washington politicians. These men, drinking whiskey from cut-glass tumblers and smoking fat, smelly cigars, had been invited to the wedding not because of their enduring friendship, but so Rothman could show off his new luxury resort hotel and make deals. Even on his wedding night, Howard Rothman couldn't bear to let an opportunity slip away. "My dear, you look positively ravishing." Celine turned to find Clarence Rothman, Howard's younger brother, leaning against a marble pillar with a martini clutched in one hand and a cigarette in the other. He was everything her new husband was not. Tall and handsome, with thick dark hair and sparkling blue eyes, Clarence had won the gene pool lottery at the expense of his sibling, who was shorter, mildly overweight, and already balding despite being only a few years into his 30s. Because of his bohemian lifestyle and lack of interest in big business, he also held the dubious honor of being the family's black sheep. "I see my brother has abandoned you to kneel at the altar of capitalism," Clarence said, a slight smile touching his lips. "If you had married me today, I would not take my eyes off you the entire evening." "But I didn't marry you," Celine replied, suddenly defensive despite her irritation at being ignored on what should be the happiest night of her life. "I knew what Howard was like when we started courting. I would expect nothing less of him." "Fair enough." Clarence sipped his drink and watched the new bride over the rim of his glass. "I only hope you don't find a fat banker sitting between the two of you in bed when you retire to the bridal suite." "Your concern for my welfare is admirable, if a little crass." Celine glanced over her shoulder toward Howard.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?